What is going on, y'all, and welcome back, and thank you for joining me for some more Valheim. And today we shall be trying to locate the trader, building breeders for the wolves and the boars, and of course making a brand new storage room. But first, if you're new here, please do consider subscribing and smashing that like button so your boy can get a little promotion. Both are greatly appreciated. And with that out of the way, let us begin episode 2 of the survival series. So for starters, me and Neon trekked a good long while across the continent to the furthest corner where there is a little bit of swamp. That way we can depart on the right side, because we wanted to head off to the north, but I think we ended up going with the wind and ended up going south, so it kind of defeated the purpose anyways. But still, along the way we battled trolls. We battled 1-star, 2-star leeches, which I was really surprised, not very far from the center, but right off the rip, coming in hard with some beast mode draugrs. But still, they were no match for me and Neon. We pushed right on through this swamp like it was nothing, still with just a little bit of bronze, not even defeating the Elder yet. We're still slaying abominations, of course taking advantage of the Surtling spawner trick, which is way less resource intensive if you have one of these nearby and one of these guys spawns. Like, as you can see, he got just stuck in those trees and he cooked himself alive, which was perfect because we were right next to where we wanted to depart from. So we gathered up our loot and we set our boat down for our very long and arduous sailing journey, like most are in Valheim. As you know, when you take off, especially when you don't have motor, you know, you might end up just drifting along for a while. So this did take quite a few hours, but along the way we did not find the trader. We did find some Loxen, and being the bold Vikings that have no fear that we are, we decided that we would pull over right here on this neighboring black forest and dig us a nice lox trap. That way we could go ahead and trap them, which is pretty simple to do. I mean, you just dig down 4-6 meters and cover it up completely with wood, which is a lot easier to accomplish when there's not locks already here. So if you bring another one before repairing, keep that in mind. We found that out this time. But after it's all said and done, it's time to go piss off the locks. And as you see right here, so close to, it is really nice that the black forest is right here, so we could walk over here, tap him, run him back, keep him mad, pause for a second, and let him smash himself down in there. Boom. And even when he weakens those boards, his big fat tail is enough to snap through the weakened boards. And there you have it. And now we just need to sneak back into the plains, not getting murdered by locks or mosquitoes, and thankfully not seeing any goblins. Grab some cloudberries to feed these bad boys and bring them back, which unfortunately Neon was murdered. But her death would not be in vain, because as we left in such a rush that we did leave portal mats at the base, so we were going to have to sail back anyways. So now her and Tony made their way back here with some portal mats, so we were able to return home, gear up, eat up, then of course trap one more lock, so we have a breeding pair ready to go as soon as we can get a harpoon, and then eventually saddles to ride these bad boys wherever we want to go. But we have Loxes trapped, so now it was time to set sail again and try to locate the ever elusive Trader Haldor, which on this server he has been quite troublesome. We sailed all the way down the southern part of this island, which it was quite long. This island actually has all of the biomes on it, but then we sailed all the way back up the other side, and along the way we came so close to where the Elder was that we decided to pull over and go ahead and find him along the way, since we could actually drag the Loxes from down here all the way up to the Grey Dwarf punk in the forest up there. We would just need some harpoons, because those guys are quite stubborn and they are extremely hard to push. It would take you ages to push them all the way up there. So Chitin is obviously on the to-do list. But upon arrival to the closest point that we could get to the Elder from the sea, we ate, we buffed up, and we prepared for our long trek through the dark forest, which, unknowing to us, we were surrounded by mountains and plains biomes, so it was a bit of a treacherous journey, but eventually we did make it to the Elder summoning spot. So now we can sacrifice the 3 ancient seeds to get this fight going, and we'll probably do that tonight. But for the time being, me and Neon took a nice long break, and in the meantime, Brock and Tony came in the clutch and found the trader for us. So that was an awesome and a nice relief off our shoulders. No more sailing for us. We did our duties. We got the Grey Dwarf. We trapped some Loxes. It was a nice, eventful evening. So we took a break, went back to the base, and then it was time to do a little renovations. Things there have kind of gotten out of hand. There's a lot of stuff piled up on top of each other now. So it's time to start adding a few buildings. And I did say I wanted to keep it semi-simple, but I just fixed up the boardwalk, and I decided that we're going to need a storage house, and we need to get these breeders going ASAP. Now, it's simple concept as usual. You only have to raise it up 10 meters off the ground like always. And as you can see, I'm doing it on a boardwalk, so I got some support sticking out of the rock right there. And I'm only going to go up 4 high, and then I'm going to have to knock the floors out so that we can get to our actual 10 meters. But as you can see, the need for this right now is great. We need somewhere to contain all these wolves. Unfortunately, Neon does keep letting the dogs out. Who let the dogs out? It can get very annoying, especially when you're building around wolves, because they'll just kind of like crowd the hell out of you, you know, and push you around, and you're sitting there trying to click, and the wolves just keep knocking you out like right off of the square. And I'm such a tedious placer that it takes me forever anyways. But once we get to the top of your pole, which mine's 4 meters right here, but you need to go 10, and we're going to build off just a little bit, and then we're going to put up 4 floorboards all the way around. And that's more than enough. This will even be able to build them a little wider than needs to be. And mind you that this breeder right here works on everything from Loxes, wolves, and boars. Unfortunately, we can only do it with, the wolves and the boars right now, but when we do have the chance to get the Loxes into some breeders, we shall for sure. So after you go ahead and get your 4 floorboards placed like that, we're going to want to get up here, finish our stairs, and I'm going to leave permanent staircases on mine. That way, because things do happen, and you want to be able to just push these guys right back up here. You could very well just leave a portal up here as well, but that's just option B. So I'm going to throw some sidewalls on here. Then I'm just going to place these one by one boards right here. That way, when I do get my boards up here, I can knock the full boards out, and they'll just have this remaining 1 meter board to stand on. Boom. And then we're just going to run a support beam across the back and split these cells up nice and evenly. Boom. Just like that. And there you have it. So now it is ready for the wolves. And the wolves are obviously the easier of the two between boars and wolves, because you can obviously just hit follow, and then the wolves will follow you up there. And you can do 2 at a time. I like to do 1. It's less crowded. Less chance of you falling off to your death, which does happen, especially when you forget to eat. Anybody who watches my stream has seen that quite a few times already. I love falling to my death. It's like my main hobby. But once he's up here, you just got to walk him towards the cell and then jump around behind him and shove him in like so. There you go. And then you just got to keep pushing him. Like, get right behind him, because he'll block that spawn, that snap point right there. So you got to just get your board out, which you could do the wall boards. It glitches sometimes. They always eat the first time, and then sometimes they just have problems eating through the wall. So if you just do it like this with a 1 meter board, it'll hold them back, and it'll still allow them to eat with no problems. And as like I said, you got to keep pushing them back and be fast with it. But there we have it. And now just repeat the process, of course, with another one, and boom, all you got to do is toss food down in front of them. Which, as you can see, I put a little stand here sign, so anybody who wants to come feed them will know exactly where to stand. And of course, you're gonna have to look at which wolf you want to feed. But there you have it. Boom, a beautiful working breeder with a permanent staircase. And of course, I had to jump down on the bottom, like I said earlier, and knock the floor out so they'll fall down into the water. And that's well over 10 meters. I think that's 12 to 14 meters actually right there, so they can pile up infinitely down in the water. And anybody who wants them, there's like a trap door on the side. You can run over to the trap door, pop it open, and of course I think there's a staircase down there, but you just walk them up the staircase and get them out of there. So seeing as that Neon already had a boar farm going, I decided to go over there and give her the same exact style breeder that we just did on the wolves. And as you can see, it's already cranking out piglets. And like I said a second ago, I did the same exact thing for the wolf breeder that I did here, except I did this one a little wider on the side. So instead of coming up the staircase directly at it to face it, now the staircase is on the side, so we have to throw it from the side over here. And of course, just giving everybody a nice reminder too, if they walk up here, that you got to stand over here to throw it nice and easy, because if you throw it inside the pens, sometimes they won't eat it. But next, I returned back to the little village that we got going on and started our boardwalk storage house. Now, it's not going to be anything super fancy, just a few tri-walls and, a few outskirts and a modeling roof. But I hope you guys sit back and enjoy this couple-minute long build montage. And boom, there it is, all finished up. Nice and pretty. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did it. Damn if that wasn't fast, huh? But I appreciate you guys stopping by and checking out the video, of course. Be on the lookout for episode 2, where I finished decorating the interior and filling it up with chests and storage and signs and whatnot, and doing it in more of an unorthodox manner, since I get tired of seeing the same ones all the time. And then we slay the Elder, of course. But I appreciate you folks stopping by, and I will catch you in the next one.